Did you know that you could be losing points in the DET Speak About the Photo section just by making the wrong vocabulary choices? In this video, we'll look at the 7 different aspects of the photo that you can talk about, and I'll teach you the words and phrases you need to get to 140 or higher. So, let's get started. Hello, I'm Francis from Last Minute English. Today we're looking at the Speak About the Photo question from the Duolingo English Test. Now, before we jump into the vocabulary, let's quickly review what this question is all about. So in Speak About the Photo, you get a photo and then you have to speak about it. So it's as it sounds, really. You have 20 seconds to look at the photo and have a think, and then you have to speak for up to 90 seconds. This question will come once in your DET, and it's going to contribute to your production subscore. So let's jump straight in with the vocabulary then. The first thing we're going to talk about is the people that you can see in the photo. So let's look at our vocabulary list here. The first one is attire. So that is a higher level word for the clothes that they're wearing. Then the second one is demeanor. Someone's demeanor is the way that they are behaving, how they look. Do they look in a good mood? Do they look sad? That's their demeanor. 3 is posture. That's the way that someone holds their body. So if they're like this, they have a very proud posture, or they might look a little bit shy with their posture. Then 4 is expression. That's the look that they have on their face. And then finally, engaged. So engaged means they are focused on an activity. This is the only one that isn't a noun. The rest of those are nouns. This one is an adjective. For example, with this photo, you could say, it looks like she's engaged in some kind of crafting activity. So she's focused on what she's doing. So let's go back to our photo that we saw at the start, and let's try to use some of these high-level vocabulary. So we could say something like, the image shows 2 young women in casual attire, so their clothes are casual. Their expressions suggest they're having a great time. If you're enjoying this video and you want to see more of our DET preparation videos, make sure to like and subscribe. And very exciting news, our DET preparation course is now available. It's designed to help you get 120 or higher the first time you take the DET, and the link is here just under the video, so make sure you check that out. Next, let's talk about the place that the photo is in, the photo's setting. Let's look at some vocabulary to talk about that. The first word is backdrop. So backdrop is like background. It's the things that you can see behind the main person or people in the photo. Then ambience. Ambience is the feeling that you get. Is it a busy place? Is it a calm place? Things like that. Then we have urban and rural. Urban means in a city, rural means in the countryside. Then 4 is vicinity. Vicinity. That means when you're close to something. We usually say some place is in the vicinity of, and then a bigger place. And then 5 is secluded. Secluded means you're away from other places. It's usually quite quiet if you're in a secluded place. So let's add some location details to the photo that we're building our answer about. We could say, it's hard to say exactly where they are, but the backdrop suggests an urban rooftop or something along those lines. The next thing we can talk about are the objects in the photo, the things that we can see. Now, there could be almost any different type of thing in the whole world, so it's hard for us to learn every word for every possible object. So instead, we're going to look at some high-level adjectives that you can use to describe the things that you can see. The first one is intricate. Intricate. Now, it's not intricate, it's cut. Intricate. And that means it's got quite a complicated design. 2 is sturdy. Sturdy means strong. It's a higher level word for strong, and it means it would be hard to break this thing. Then 3 is sleek. That means something that's quite smooth and beautiful. 4 is rustic. That means something that's simple, but it's still attractive and it has the feeling of the countryside, okay? Then 5 is worn. Worn means something has been used a lot and it's kind of showing that it's a little bit old. And then 6 is stylish. Stylish means something that is attractive in kind of a design way. So let's add a sentence to our answer then that we're building step by step. We could say, they're both very well dressed, going for a sleek, stylish look that a lot of young people appreciate. Next, let's talk about the actions that are happening in the photo. So what are the people in the photo doing? And here we're going to look at some verbs that are pretty high level, advanced vocabulary. First of all, we have socialize, that's spending time in a fun way with other people. 2 is inspect, that's to look at something very carefully. 3 is assemble, when lots of people come together. 4 is navigate. Navigate means to find your way through a place. And then 5 is retrieve, which is to go and get something back. So you might have dropped your watch, you go and retrieve it. So let's keep adding to our answer for this photo. We could say, they're probably just chatting and socializing. It looks like they might be part of a larger group who have assembled for a birthday party or something like that. And notice that we're using these phrases like along those lines or something like that. These are nice extra phrases that you can put in when you're not totally sure what they're doing. You only have one photo, but you want to give the feeling that, yes, I'm guessing, but I think I'm pretty close to the answer. I'm pretty confident that, they're at a birthday party or something like that. The 5th thing to talk about is colors. Now, probably if you're taking the DET, you know the simple colors very well, like green, red, and blue. You might even know some higher level colors, things like cream, turquoise, or even rust. And those are great to use, but we can also approximate colors. That's where you're not sure, is it green or is it blue? And you find a way to use both of those to describe the color. So you could say, it's a blue-green, or it's bluish green, or it's a bluey green, or it's a kind of green. And you can switch those around and say it's a greenish blue, a greeny blue, a kind of blue, many different ways. But you can use those structures if you're not sure, you know it's not a red, and you know it's not a brown, it's somewhere in the middle. And those are nice phrases to use as well. So in our answer about the photo, we could say something like, the woman on the left has long, straight hair, which is a kind of brownish copper color. The 6th area is the mood or the atmosphere of the photo. And we've got some great vocabulary here that you can use. You can say the photo looks tranquil, that's quite calm. Upbeat, like a lot of energy in the photo. Bustling, so it's quite busy, there are lots of people. You could say it's serene, that's again very calm. Or you could say it's jubilant, like people are absolutely delighted. Or the opposite, you could say somber, which means that there is a very serious, maybe a sad atmosphere. So for our photo, we could say, the atmosphere is definitely very upbeat. I imagine they're listening to music and having a laugh with friends. And then finally, area 7 is what you can say if you make a mistake, but you have to keep talking. Remember, in the Speak About the Photo question, you don't have the chance to start your recording again. Once you start it for the first time, you have to keep going. So that's when these phrases are going to be very useful. So we could say, if we make a mistake, no, I mean, and then you say what you want to say. Sorry, I wanted to say that. So you're showing there that you did make a mistake, but you're making it clear the point that you wanted to say. Then if you kind of get stuck talking about something and you just want to move to the next sentence, you can say, moving on from that, I'd add, and then some new detail. And if you get distracted kind of going away from the point of the photo and you want to come back and kind of get back on track talking about it, you can say, as I was saying, and then you add whatever else you want to talk about. So there we go. Those are our 7 aspects that we can talk about when we're speaking about the photo. And you've actually learned over 30 new words and phrases, high-level ones as well, that you can use when you take the exam. If you found this video useful, make sure to like and subscribe. Remember, we have our full DET preparation course designed to help you get 120 or higher when you take the DET. The link to that is here under the video as well. I'm Francis from Last Minute English. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.